I'm Mark with the Anatomy of Wellness, and today we're going to learn how to use a foam roller for your quad muscles. So let's learn how to use a foam roller to work on our quad muscles, or these big muscles up here on our upper leg that make up our thigh. There's several different parts of your quad muscles, but the way that you're going to use the foam roller to get after them is pretty similar, and I'll show you how you can get after the different parts. But just keep in mind that it's a really similar technique. You're just going to make some small changes as you go along. But the basic idea is you want to start with the foam roller down on the ground. I typically would like to use one of the longer foam rollers. So I know some people have kind of the shorter ones. Those are okay to use. I just think they're a little bit harder to use for when you're getting after your quads, just because your quads are a big area of your body, okay? But just make do with whatever foam roller you have, okay? And then you're actually going to lay down, face down over the top of the foam roller, with the foam roller starting kind of right above your knee joint, okay? Big key on this is you never want to actually roll onto your knee joint, and likewise you never want to roll up onto your hip bone, okay? So you want to just stay right in that meaty part of your thigh, okay? But you're going to lay face down onto the foam roller, just like this. Again, the foam roller is just starting right above the knee joint here. Okay, let me walk that down a little bit, right like there. From here, I like to start with my toes straight down into the ground so I can get the middle part of my quads, okay? And then if you can see my forearms, I just have my forearms down on the floor in front of me, okay? Then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use my arms to roll that foam roller right up and down the length of my quad muscles, okay? That's going to get right in the middle of your quads, okay? So if you look at your quad muscles, you're going to get right down the center lane of those quad muscles. But your quad muscles also have muscles that kind of go along each side of that center lane. So how do we get to those? Well, the easiest way to do that is to get back in that same position, but now you're just going to turn your feet. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to get the inner part of your quad muscle, and you're just going to turn your feet outward. So it looks like this. So face down, setting my toes straight into the floor. If you watch my feet, I'm just going to kind of do duck feet, turn my toes out, and then same thing, just roll just to above the knee joint, and then roll up, not onto my hip bone, but just below it, and roll back and forth with my toes turned out, okay? That's going to get the inside part of your quad muscles, okay? Well, what if I want to get the more kind of outer part of your quad muscles? This one's a little bit more tricky. You're going to have to do this one side at a time, but it's pretty much the same idea. So all you're going to do now is you're going to lay down, face down, foam roller on the quads, but now you're going to pick a side you want to work on. So in this case, I'm going to work on my right side. So I'm actually going to rotate and turn my body to my left, or opening up to my left, and that's going to help that bottom leg, if you can see, get it more on the lateral side of the quad muscles. Okay, so I like to keep my leg over the top like this, and then same thing from here. Once you feel it on that lateral side of your quad, just use your down arm, your down foot to just roll up and down that area of the quads, okay? Big thing on this one is you want to be careful not to get onto the actual IT band. The IT band is a big, thick length of fascia tissue that runs right along the seam of your pant leg, okay? So if you think of that seam of your pant leg, you want to stick to that upper half of it, or if you're coming more towards the middle of your leg, kind of right in that area there. That's going to get that lateral quad muscle without getting down into the IT band. Because if you get into the IT band itself with the foam roller, it can be quite painful and uncomfortable. And actually, if you're having like IT band syndrome or anything like that, it's actually more effective to work on your TFL muscle up here in the hip rather than roll out the IT band itself. So you want to try and avoid that. It's not going to do you a whole lot of good, but getting that lateral quad muscle is where you want to get, and that'll be helpful for you there. So that's how you use the foam roller to get after those quad muscles.